Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahushai, Bahasham, Recha Kodesh. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to the elect. And today we're going to go into the book of Song of Songs, the 3rd chapter. Once again, just continuing with this song as we get into this. Now, the first 5 verses, right, keeps the same, the same theme, right, as the first 2 chapters, with this woman seeking her lover, representing Solomon, right, chasing after the Lord, but also symbolic of the Lord's elect, right, and the Lord, and seeking after him. But then when you get to verse 6, the theme switches and starts to deal more with like the glory of Solomon, as you see in the subheading, Solomon's wedding day. So this is Song of Songs, chapter 3, verse 1. By night on my bed I sought him, whom my soul loveth. And who is that? That's the Lord. In the context of the song, it's the lover, but the lover represents the Lord, right, spiritually. I sought him, but I found him not. Okay, and so that seeking of the Lord, which is the same attitude that the elect have concerning the Lord, right? It's in them to seek after the Lord. Real quick, let's go to the book of Isaiah, chapter 26. We'll start at verse 8. Yea, in the way of thy judgments, O Yahweh, have we waited for thee. The desire of our soul is to thy name, and to the remembrance of thee. With my soul have I desired thee in the night. You see that? And that's the spirit that the elect would be in, the Israel of God, to seek after the Lord. Yea, with my spirit within me will I seek thee early meaning diligently. For when thy judgments are in the earth, the inhabitants of the world will learn righteousness. So going back to Song of Songs, chapter 3, verse 1, the woman here, she's saying, right, which is Solomon, seeking after him whom my soul loveth, which is likened also like to the Israel of God, right, seeking after the Lord. I will rise now and go about the city in the streets, and in the broad ways I will seek him whom my soul loveth. I sought him, but I found him not. Right, and here precepts that come to mind is like Romans 11:7. Let me put that on deck real quick, because similarly, right, the elect sought the Lord, right, but the scriptures also mention that Israel hath not obtained that which he seeketh for, but the election hath obtained it, and the rest were blinded. Okay, now as we go into verse 3, it'll mention here at what point she ends up actually finding him. Okay, but dealing with verse 2, let me read that again. I will rise now and go about the city in the streets, and in the broad ways I will seek him whom my soul loveth. So who is that? That's the Lord. I sought him, but I found him not. The watchman. So here the Lord, Solomon was seeking the Lord, but for a period of time he couldn't find him. Right, and once again, likened on to the elect, right, at the appointed time in which the Lord wanted to be found of them, they were, or he was found of them. Verse 3, the watchmen that go about the city found me. And who are the watchmen? The watchmen are likened unto the prophets. To whom I said, saw ye him whom my soul loveth? Have you seen my lover? And let's get a precept. Well, first let me read Romans 11:7, right? What then? Israel hath not obtained that which he seeketh for, but the election hath obtained it, and the rest were blinded. So ultimately, that which Israel is seeking for comes by way of the Lord. And going back to Song of Songs, the woman is here seeking that the one who her soul loves, which we went into Isaiah, symbolically tying that to the elect seeking after the Lord. And then she comes across the watchman, right, of the city, which, as it says, they found her, and she asked them, have you seen whom my soul loveth? And this is likened onto when you encounter the prophets, which are likened unto the watchmen. Let's go to the book of Isaiah, chapter 62, verse 6. I have set watchmen upon thy walls, O Jerusalem, which shall never hold their peace day nor night. These watchmen the Lord set upon the walls are representative of the prophets of Israel. Ye that make mention of the Lord, keep not silence. And I'm going to just pause it right here because the main point is in the 6th verse. Okay, so then you notice in verse 4, it says, it was but a little that I passed from them. And when you read that in the NLT, it's basically saying it wasn't long right after I passed them, right? Then scarcely had I left them when I found my love. I held him and would not let him go until I had brought him into my mother's house and into the chamber of her that conceived me. See, so after she encountered the watchman, shortly after that, she found him whom her soul loveth, which is spiritual because just like the the believers, most of us, right, if not all, came to learn and find the Lord through the way of his men, through his prophets, whether it was through watching the video or actually encountering them on the highways and byways. But in the world, whatever it is you were seeking, okay, which a part of you would have, known, right, that there's something in this world, like it just doesn't fit, right? Something is not right. And that's because Yahushua mentioned that we are not of this world, though we're in it. But it was after our encounter with the watchmen or the prophets that we then came to know the Lord, that we found him. And like this woman here, after finding her lover and refusing to let him go and bringing him back to her home, to her chambers, to keep him there with her, that is likened unto how the elect are with the Lord. After finding the Lord, they hold on to him. Okay? And the scriptures talk about holding fast that which thou hast. Well, what we have, we gain from who? The one whom our soul loveth, which is the Lord. Verse 5, I charge you, O ye daughters of Jerusalem, by the roes and by the hinds of the field, that ye stir not up, nor awake my love till he please. Similar to, I think this was mentioned in the second chapter, and in same fashion, right, as Solomon is saying here in the lyrics here, not awakening my love till he please is likened on to not forcing the Lord's hand. Right, he's going to take action when the time is right, when he desires. So it's not going to be of anything you do. So don't try to force his hand to take action, because he is going to do that when he pleases. Verse 6, so now you can see it changes, right? The theme changes from the woman, after her lover, to now Solomon describing his glory here, which, I mean, it's his song. So he can do that, right? He has the right to do that if he wants to. Verse 6, who is this that cometh out from the wilderness with pillars of smoke, perfumed with myrrh and frankincense, with all powder of the merchant? Behold his bed, which is Solomon's. 80 valiant men are about it, of the valiant of Israel. And the bed here, if we read this in the NLT, it's more of, as it says, his carriage. Okay, that which he is carried on. So it says here, look, let me actually go up a verse. Young women of Jerusalem, right? That's saying this, or you can say the audience. Who is this sweeping in from the wilderness like a cloud of smoke? Who is it? Fragrant with myrrh and frankincense and every kind of spice. Look, it's Solomon's carriage, surrounded by 60 heroic men, the best of Israel's soldiers. Verse 8, they all hold swords, being expert in war. Every man hath a sword upon his thigh, because of fear in the night. And the thigh meaning like it's sheathed, right? It's really at the hip usually. NLT says they are all skilled swordsmen, experienced warriors. Each wears a sword on his thigh, ready to defend the king against an attack in the night. Verse 9, King Solomon made himself a chariot of the wood of Lebanon. He made the pillars thereof of silver, and the bottom thereof of gold, the covering of it of purple, the midst thereof being paved with love for the daughters of Jerusalem. Go forth, O ye daughters of Zion, and behold King Solomon with the crown wherewith his mother crowned him in the day of his espousals. Plural, right? Because we know that King Solomon had a great deal of women. Okay, a very great deal of women. Very, very great deal. Anyway, and in the day of the gladness of his heart. So that is the marriage, the wedding day. And that's pretty much it for the book of Song of Songs, the third chapter. As you can see, the first three carry on or continue on the theme from the first two chapters, and then it switches up a bit from the 6th verse down to the 11th. But Lord willing, that was edifying to the elect. In closing, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Racha Kodesh. And until next time, Shalom.